today, shall we?
Let's see.
Happy Saturday to you.
Really? And you.
Yes.
And you.
All right. Here we go. Now we're doing it. Let's try this again. Okay. Perfect. Great. Okay, so Vera, let's start off with our announcements.
Okay.
So, first of all, we always want to tell everybody to please like and subscribe. And we have all the past lives, the readings, the art, all the spiritual information. You can find it on our website at SE Loves You, and that's just a little u.com.
Tiffany.
And then we also have our nonprofit website, which is SESouls.org. And that's where in 2 weeks we have a spiritual gathering, and you can sign up for that. It's on Zoom, so we can see each other face to face, and that's always fun. And so spiritual gathering is sort of like a church service in a way. It's just a gathering to get together, have a meditation and prayers and a spiritual topic. So you can sign up on our nonprofit website. And please, if you have a past life question or about a birthmark or any type of questions, you can leave those in the comments, and make sure that you're publicly subscribed to our channel. And it's also a luck of the draw.
Right.
So it doesn't mean, always that we're going to get to your question because we have so many. But if you need an answer immediately, then that's when you would go to our website, and Vera's got different letter questions and readings and types of services there. And that's all our announcements.
Well, we have one more.
I was trying to get it all in there real quick. Okay, you go.
Okay, we did a what do you call it? A giveaway for a bracelet last week.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember Schmierkopf.
Yeah, they're in another on another continent.
Yeah, so that's something we have to say. Like when we do the giveaway, it has to be in the United States. We can't ship. Well, we can, but it's like an astronomical amount of money.
It's really gone
crazy.
up.
Yeah. So we picked somebody else last week, and I don't know if they know. It was Cara Marie or something like that.
Yes.
So if you are on here today, or if anybody knows her, and let her know that she won it, so she can email Sammy at selovesyou.com, and it's the letter U. And
if you're not sure, all you have to do is go check out our last weekend's videos. We have two. I have to tell you the exact name.
Hi, Stephanie.
It was on it says bracelet giveaway. It's a mini little short clip video. Yeah. And you can check it out to see if that was your name.
So. I think it's something Marie.
Yes. Yeah. So, okay. Now,
and if she doesn't claim it, then guess what? We'll do it again.
Have it again. Yeah. So speaking of clarification, Vera, we have a couple of things to clarify.
Yes.
First of all, and this is huge difference here. Huge. We did not mean Prince Charles.
Oh my gosh. I can't remember who told me, but thank you.
Yeah.
It was Prince Philip.
Well, see, when you said it, I knew what you meant.
So did I.
So,
but I had him in my mind.
But we want to make it very clear that we were talking about this,
I think I said oops. I wrote oops. Somebody mentioned that you probably meant, and I just went oops. Yes.
Yeah. We were talking about, because we were kind of discussing about how we kind of felt this good energy from Prince Philip. Right. I've never felt that from Prince Charles.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So major clarification there.
Lisa said she'll hold it for her, the bracelet.
That's cute. Yeah. Okay, and then we have some more clarification, don't we?
Oh, my goodness gracious.
So this is really fun. Mm-hmm. After we did the video last week, you were talking about, we have our fabulous YouTube subscriber friend, Brenda, and you answered her question about her smudge birthmark.
Right.
And then you got her name in her Native American past life.
Yeah.
I wrote it down.
Oh, good, because I don't remember. They tell you it goes in and out.
Well, it's because you have so much bombardment of spirits talking to you, right?
If I tell you your spirit guide's name or one of their names, don't go, well, what's my spirit guide's name? Because I'm going to go, whatever I told you last time.
Yeah, right.
Because there's so many that come in and out. It's like...
Yeah, and not only that, but we have more than one spirit guide.
Yes.
So, okay.
Hi, Mario.
But Brenda's name in the past life was Standing Tall.
Standing tall. That's right.
But that was really interesting, wasn't it? Because that's what.
Oh, that's right.
Wasn't it the medicine man that was
and
that?
She was bent over.
Yeah, and when he did that, and she believed him.
She was standing tall.
She had that belief and that knowing, and just so that was her name in that lifetime.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, so those are 2 things marked off my list.
Okay.
All right.
I know. I always tell Chrissy, write this down.
Yeah, we have a list. Did you have any other things for clarification?
Not that I'm aware of. I usually give them to you.
Okay. Okay, we do have something that we wanted to give a little bit of clarification on for everyone that was at the angel class last night, which was so much fun. I loved the angel class. We had a really great group. It's a lot of fun. But we're talking about master healers.
Right.
And you wanted to say a little bit about master healers.
Our master teacher is / master healer at the same time. Because that's where I was kind of like, I was listening to you guys, but then I was off somewhere too sometimes. And I know that's not good, and then I was in the conversation again, and I'm like, and you said, or somebody asked me what's their master healer.
Their master healer,
and that's where I was like, kind of like, well, we'll talk about it later. Because I'm like, wait a minute, it's the same. Like, Angus is my master healer as well as my master teacher.
So it's a master teacher with the specialty of healing also.
Yeah. But then I'm sure we can have 2. I mean, it's like, but I just happen to know mine is the same.
Exactly.
So maybe we should clarify with Angus, because it could just be my situation. Oh, and I know it's not just mine, but like some people.
It's
just
not
have
that
both.
you're any better than us, Vera. You're just on a higher level than us.
We had somebody clarify that.
Yeah, I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding. We had this person that we worked with at Sylvia's office, and she was so funny, you guys. She was so funny because she kind of had this attitude, and she's like, it's okay. It's not that I'm any better than you. I'm just on a higher level than you. And it's like, obviously, if somebody's saying that to you, they're not on a higher spiritual level, because if they were involved, they wouldn't have to do that. So
or say
it's just an inside joke.
Yeah.
Now, you're a part of the joke.
We say that to each other all the time.
Too.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have that marked off our list. And then, you know what? The last thing that I wanted to ask everybody that was at the angel class last night.
It was so much fun, you guys.
So did anyone, after the meditation that you did for everyone, Vera, did anyone get a message from your spirit guides or your angels? And while they're typing, I have a message to share.
I know you do.
And you know what happened this morning? Okay, I was sitting in your office this morning. I wasn't thinking about that, but I was doing my morning little prayers like I always do. And a little bird came right here on the fence and was staring at me. And it was so cool. And I thought, oh my gosh, I wonder if this is a message from an angel. So of course, as soon as I thought that, then it flew away. And then when I went back to my prayers, it came right back.
Yeah.
And that's never happened before. When I'm here and I'm praying, like in the mornings, I always look
happened to me.
Well, when I do it in the morning, it's never happened until this morning.
That's cool.
I was all excited because I was sharing with everybody during the class last night. Vera did a meditation to meet your spirit guide or angel, and I didn't mean to, but I kind of trailed off for a minute, and I saw my virtue angel's bun. So when I saw that, I just felt like it was from her.
That's cool.
Yeah. So let's see if anybody had any experiences since last night.
But Lori, too, you can ask in dream time before you fall asleep to get your guide's name, and just to stick with what you get. Don't analyze it to death.
Because that's like a block. We were talking about that a little bit.
Tiffany, she said, it's so funny because in my dreams we're all together, but someone told me I won't remember what we were talking about. I woke myself up laughing.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Even that, though,
I tried the thing with Sammy's.
Did you?
Yes, I did. And it didn't work.
Oh, it didn't work.
Well, I mean, if it did, I don't remember because I felt it was so. I'm going to try that every night, though, because whenever I kept wanting to feel that bed shaking, I fell asleep.
You're like, I'm waiting. And John, it doesn't count. Moving.
A long time ago.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool.
Oh, cool. A feather.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's cool. She was just asking what thing. We were talking about messages, how we receive messages from our spirit guides and our angels. Cool. And so there's different ways, and that's what we're discussing. There's different signs that you can get.
Yeah, it's true. And it is about messages too. Mm-hmm. Like what you said.
But like what Tiffany was saying, even though she doesn't remember what the dream was, sometimes isn't it just comforting just to know?
That's what she just said too.
Oh.
It was a nice time.
Yeah.
It was just nice to gather. Yeah.
And sometimes even that in itself is just
Robert Edward
just
Grant is not the reincarnation of Leonardo, never mind, Da Vinci. Thought it was somebody else. Never mind.
Were you thinking Leonardo DiCaprio?
No.
No?
No, I'll have to check that out.
Okay. By the way, this is gorgeous, Vera.
Oh, I know. I love it.
I love this one. Vera's been making bracelets, you guys. I cannot wait until they're for sale because that one's really pretty.
Yeah. Kind of native vibe.
Yeah. Speaking of crystals.
Labradorite.
Right after this video, we're going to have a little mini video for the Tarot Crystal Angel.
Yeah.
But we're not going to have a candlelight chat or a podcast this week. Because
I have to go to a birthday party for my great granddaughter. She turned 1 already, but her party's today.
She is so
thank you guys for having the 2-day class in 1 day. Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
We had an angel bonanza last night.
Because I can't miss her first birthday.
No, of course. That's important.
Yeah.
Yeah. We always got to keep in mind what's important in life, right?
Yes, exactly.
All right, speaking of that, let's get to serial killers.
I'll get back to you on that one.
Just kidding.
Yeah, really.
All right.
What does Vera like to watch?
Okay, but this is seriously... Well, as the daughter of a cop and as a psychic medium, no wonder you're interested in that subject, right? Because it gives answers so that we all have more answers and more awareness.
Well, I always watched it with my dad. And he was always telling me, "Now watch this. No, that's fake. No, that can't help." It was like he goes, "Now watch. Now look at this." It was like so interesting.
That is
that the show didn't show you, but that had the that perspective. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. All right. Okay, so Vera,
Michael Myers,
you got to set us up with this backstory about the mind. I mean, not the mind. But the brain of a serial killer. And it was a gentleman, a doctor, right? What's he doing? Or was he a professor?
He was a researcher. I know that. Yeah, he was doing research because of his he was teaching a class about serial killers.
So he was like some type of professor.
But they did research about, because they delved into the psychosis of the brain and the physicality of what the brain looks like with a serial killer. So they study serial killers.
This is interesting.
Mm-hmm. And there's like a specific part of the brain that all of the serial killers have.
Okay, how interesting is that?
And it's on the front part of the brain, and that's where all your empathy is. And they have there's nothing there.
There's no action happening.
No action. Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. So he was doing a study within the class, and he wanted to get a group of people. I think it was like 6 or 7 people. It was like an informal research project for the class. But he got his family to do CAT scans because so he didn't want to know who the CAT scan belonged to, but the CAT scan would show a serial killer brain or not.
This is fascinating.
Yeah.
So he was using his own family as just to test out, just to see if he could see. I wonder how many people in his own family. It was probably quite a large array.
No, there was like 6 or 7. Yeah, that he had in his family that did it.
This is one of those things where you want to do your research, but you're like, oh God, I hope I don't find a CAT scan showing a serial killer brain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, this is interesting.
I forgot where it was.
Well, you were saying that he had CAT scans of his family, and there's about 6 of them,
and he didn't want to know what CAT scan belonged to what family member.
Now
he wanted to be totally, where he didn't know anything. He didn't have any conceived ideas about who this person was or anything like that. So he was looking at all of them, and he got through all of them. Nobody had that particular issue with the brain, and then the last one had it, and he's like going, oh my God, how am I going to tell this person that my family member that they have a serial killer brain?
That's scary.
So he took the tape off
Don't
the name.
look. No.
I think you're already giving it away. So he was the one that had the serial killer brain.
Can you believe it?
And he's like saying, he goes, I have never had an inkling to hurt anyone, to kill anyone. He didn't hurt animals as growing up. The thing that he lacked, though, in life was empathy. And then he said his current wife is always helping him to remember empathy because he has to really work at it.
Right.
But other than that, so now it just turned the idea that every person that has this brain is a serial killer. And he proved that it's not. And he was old. I mean, it wasn't like he was an older gentleman. So it's like he hadn't killed anyone up to now. So
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, you never know. Look at Grandma Moses. I mean, she didn't kill anybody, but she was old when she got famous, right?
Right.
But yeah, so that was fascinating.
It is fascinating, and it's just interesting because with this situation, maybe one of the components or the reasons he didn't have that, he charted not to have the empathy factors much. Maybe some doctors or people in certain professions need to be more objective.
Yeah, that just shows you right there. Because they were putting everything in a box. Not everything fits in a box.
Yeah. Isn't that the truth?
I don't know why I've been doing this lately.
Well, a lot of times too, we want to see like scientifically. Show us what is going to be a serial killer. Show us what, and
but
it's
nothing's
not
black or white.
Right.
There's gray area every time.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a physical or scientific explanation. There's a spiritual explanation. And that's where I love this philosophy fills in those blanks, where it really is the soul's choice. But it's interesting still, in regards to this conversation, how that aspect of a person can show up with the activity or non-activity in their brain. Interesting.
Yeah, so that's what they lack.
Now, Vera, what is the percentage of our brain that we actually use in life? Because we only use a small percentage. Do you remember what the percentage is?
He said what the percentage was. I can't remember.
But
it was astronomically vast what we do have. And then what we use is just minuscule.
That's it. Can you imagine? It's like, it reminds me of on the other side.
Welcome.
On the other side,
Chrissy?
we have... Yeah?
Go ahead.
Oh.
Her name's Chrissy too, not just you.
Yeah.
It's somebody named Chrissy.
Yeah. Oh, good. We're so glad you're here live.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so
we cannot.
It's just so fascinating because on the other side, we have the capacity to create, to where we can actually create.
Well, they were trying to prove that serial killers are born, not necessarily nurtured.
Right. Exactly.
But that blew that out the window.
Exactly, because it's this. That's where the spiritual aspect comes in to answer those questions.
Exactly.
It's the soul's choice, right? But there are the other factors. There's chart, there's nurture, there's experience. It all comes into play, but it's still the soul's choice. But it's interesting because, like I was just saying, on the other side, we can instantly create things to happen. And so could you imagine, I'm thinking like on the other side, right, we have our whole full potentiality of everything working. And here it's like we can open up, we can unlock more of that power of the mind and start to
the mind
use
is
more of the brain
fascinating
to create. It kind of goes along a little bit with the Tarot Crystal Angel that we're going to be talking about after this video, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a stretch, but it can fit.
Yeah. Okay. What am I missing, Vera?
Oh, not much.
All right.
We're just talking about they love spiritual philosophy.
Yeah.
And somebody's an astrology student. And all kinds of good stuff.
I have to say I love this philosophy too, because when you've given messages about our past lives, I know it's helped me to, oh my God, that's where that came from. It makes me feel so much better about myself and my life and my choices.
Dream I had with you and John and us out in the wilderness.
Yeah.
I never had that past life. And the minute I finally understood it, and it took this show plus my dream, talking about the dream, and everything just started connecting as to why I felt the way I felt all my life.
Exactly.
And I kept telling people, if I'm by myself, I'm going to be homeless. and I'm not going to make it. And everybody's all, no, you're not. But it's a fear. It's an irrational fear, but it's a fear anyway. And you could have told me 500,000 times, oh, don't worry. But there's that seed that keeps popping up until now I realize, oh my God, it's a past freaking life.
I know. And it makes one feel better, because it's like, oh my God, it's not like this.
And it was a short life. It was, it wasn't, but it was so significant
to this life.
Especially.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah. Whoa.
But yeah, it's just like, I know for myself, there's certain things where I've gotten, in my lifetime, I thought, gosh, I feel like, I could have been stronger. Mm-hmm. And then looking back with these answers, it's like, oh, it wasn't a weak moment. It was actually our soul's strength to take this on and chart that and finish this off with that person. And so that's where we're just so grateful for this awesome information.
It only took 69 years, but I got it.
But the important thing is, you're right, you get it.
Yeah.
And
that's
all
it.
of us,
and everything that, was before that, it all led up to that moment. So that's just amazing.
It's so cool.
The synchronicity right now is so very cool. Everything we talk about, I don't know if this is happening to you guys, but we'll turn on a movie or a show and it talks about what we were talking about.
Yeah.
In a different way, but I'm like going,
so
what
cool.
the heck?
It's like we're all right on track.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
That's really cool. I'm going to have to wear my glasses. This is very tiny. Holy Toledo, you weren't kidding. That's like font size 2. Okay. So.
That's me, Roxanne.
Age of Aquarius.
It's the age of Aquarius.
Yeah. Okay, so Vera, do you want to share about the past life birthmark?
Sure.
You want me to read their question?
Okay.
All right, so this is from one of our fabulous friends, YouTube subscriber. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Marie Blackwood. Mm-hmm. And Marie's question is, hello, I had a red heart-shaped birthmark on the center of my forehead below my bright ginger hair, which faded completely when I was 5. It faded to a V around age 3. I was also born on Valentine's Day, so I was hoping it might connect with a past life. I also have a tan birthmark in the shape of a circle on my outer leg by my knee. Any idea as to what they mean?
Sure. I only did one of them.
Cool.
But the heart-shaped, red heart-shaped birthmark on the center of your forehead, that was it was to remind you of your uniqueness and to embrace it. Because she had a past life, I don't know if it's Italy, but it's kind of that rustic kind of life, like out in the country, grapes and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So I don't know exactly where, but it was an area that everyone had either black hair or dark hair or, no one had red hair.
Oh.
And I mean, they had auburnish hair, but she had red hair, like with freckles and everything. Mm-hmm. And so you were teased about, you're an alien or who do you belong to, or, you were a slave and you came to our house. It was all kinds of different weird things. But your sister, who is your mother in this current lifetime, and her name was Valentina. So she would beat the heck out of anybody that was teasing you about your hair or whatever.
Good for her.
Your freckles or whatever it is that they were teasing you about. Mm-hmm. or that you were, some weird alien person. So and then after she would beat that person up, she would turn and go to you and kiss you on the forehead.
Oh, that's so cute. Are you serious?
Yeah. So, that's what you wanted to remember your uniqueness.
I love
Stand in your light.
You just gave me chills with that.
Yeah, that was so cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's a great story. Valentina is so cute.
Yeah. Val.
Kick their butt.
Called her Val. Yeah.
That is cool. That is sweet.
That's so interesting. Yeah.
Well, Vera, thank you for sharing that really cool story with us. It's always interesting.
It is.
Yeah, the strength and that love. Yeah. I love that. It's my favorite. And thank you all for joining us. We'll be back soon.
Why don't we just do the tarot now?
You know what? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're just going to go right on into it.
Because they're going to have to just leave and then come back.
Yeah. That's true.
Unless we did it different.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can just call this Groundhog Week.
Seriously.
Or Groundhog Day, whatever
Seriously.
it was. Because
you won't believe it.
The exact same cards we got last week.
I know.
Exact.
I know.
And this time I'm using my Salvador Dali tarot cards. I almost didn't want to open it, you guys. I wanted to just look at it from the box. But anyway.
I'm glad you opened it. So you can see the pictures.
What was picked was Wheel of Fortune, which we got last week, right? Yeah. So it's the same kind of thing. But it's, the wisdom to know that we have ups and downs and we're going to have it for the rest of our lives. It's just the peaks and valleys, the wheel, it goes round and round. So, and it's just showing us that we have a path to success, that we do have a wisdom, ancient wisdom, spiritual helpers. They're there to help us through this week as well. So it's still a go for it week. But it's kind of like trying to really figure out what you want, and we haven't figured it out yet, so we're going through it again this week. But we'll get there. We will get there.
Do you want to do your crystal next, and then I'll do the angel after that?
Okay. And we got tourmalinated quartz. I don't know how to pronounce it. My mouth doesn't go that way. Okay. So, and this is exact same one we got last week, you guys. So, but it still has the path to success there. Is becoming clearer this week. So shed that self-doubt. And I always keep saying, stand in your light. Stand in your light. And success will be yours. You just have to get out of your own way. And a lot of times that's what we do. We just keep thinking, oh no, this isn't working. It's not working fast enough. So let's just step out of our own way and allow your chart to pull you where you're supposed to go.
So the interesting thing is that before the video, Vera just picked the crystal, and she told me, it's like, get out of your own way. And the first thing I thought of was Angus. And then we picked the card, and it was the Wheel of Fortune. So it was like, oh my gosh. So it's so funny because
Angus was the whole new deck. It was a whole new deck, so it can't be like it was stuck from before. It was a whole new deck.
Yeah. But it's funny because Angus was the same, guardian / messenger, master teacher that I picked last week. Because sometimes it's an angel, but it was Angus. But it's the same for this.
Thank you, Bee.
For the same for this. I'm sorry, I'm waving to her.
Know,
I'm thinking bees. I don't know why either. It's like, I can't help it. Anyway, but yeah, because Angus is just so empowering.
Stephanie, that's a good one.
And that's one of the things that one of his messages once, I remember him saying, is don't try, just do. And I thought, this is perfect with getting out of our own way, because we really do choose if we choose who we want to be and how we want to experience our day. So we choose happiness or we choose to be down, right? And so that's where I love it, getting out of our own way. And sometimes we might be focusing on a negative thought, but we just have to choose to focus on a positive and put that negative stuff off to another day. Because a lot of times we think too much, especially when we're alone a lot or we have more time on our hands. So if we're going to take the time to think, let's make it a positive. So that's the message.
Yay, team.
Yeah, we choose our experience, so let's make it good.
He does sound like Yoda. There is no try, just do.
Yes, exactly.
What is Groundhog Day?
Groundhog Day
was a movie.
Yeah, it was
with Bill Murray, and he kept replaying the same life over and over and over.
The same day, like he would wake up.
The same
it was
day.
That morning. It was the same
Groundhog
morning.
Day.
And the same situations would come up, and then he would react
differently. It's so
differently.
interesting because it's kind of like our chart. It's like we get stuck until we get it right, and then we move on. Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. I know. We should do a life on Bill Murray. Just kidding.
We've only done 5.
We've done so many on him.
Yeah.
All right. So you have him on your list?
Yes.
Dolly? Okay, great. All right. So that is it for the week. And we're looking forward to seeing you next week and catching up then.
Yay! I went somewhere. I don't know.
All right. We love you. Have a great day.
Have a great week.
And Vera?
Thank you for letting me go to per baby girls party. Yeah, I can't wait.
Vera, any last messages?
Journey with us.